They say university makes students. Here, students make university. So with the slogan of Think Big, I, Himanshi Kaushik, your host of the day, would want to welcome you all in today's webinar on ChatGPT, role in natural language processing, code mixing, and code switching. And I hope that you all are safe, sound, and happy at wherever you're taking this webinar from. And before we dive deep into the knowledge we are going to get today in today's session, let me introduce you to our today's expert. We have two experts with us today. First is Mr. Angelo Ochoi, sir, Assistant Professor, Artificial Intelligence, School of Computer Science and Application. He has completed his Bachelor's of Engineering from NIT's Agartala. He has immense experience of more than 9 years in teaching as a lecturer. He also has worked for 3 years as manager of the Integrated Command and Control Center in Agartala Smart City Limited. So we are grateful for your presence today and looking forward for an amazing session, sir. And sir, I take this moment again to introduce our second expert. We have our second expert today with us, our admission nominee, Miss Rachna Bajaj, Assistant Officer, Divisions of Admissions, LPU University. She is going to provide her assistance to all the attendees on how you can take admission, where you need to go, and what all the process is going to be able to apply for your favorite course in lovely professional university. And I welcome you, ma'am, in here for the session. And sir, without any delay, I would want to I would want you to take over the screen and the mic, sir. Over to you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much for giving this wonderful time. And I'm really privileged to get this session also. And I also welcome the students who really look forward to have a good time with LPU. Last, my experience in LPU has really given me a lot of experience too. And I would also suggest, I think it's not that I'm praising about this LPU, but to be honest, I always say the truth that any people who comes to LPU, they learn something different in technology. And today I'm coming up with new things, the topics. I think you have seen in the screen also. It's talking about the ChatGPT, the living guide. When we say the living guide means, most of the people think that what can this ChatGPT can do, and technologies are changing day by day. We sometimes what happened, we don't know where we are in which place we are standing in this right moment. But today it will be a new scenario or new learning aspect that you all like to have today in this session, in this webinar. So this will be our outline where I'll introduce some few points about the NLP and the code mixing and code switching, and also the history of ChatGPT. And we will do a few talks what these challenges can happen in NLP in ChatGPT, and that will I'll show you in hand-on lab, and also the references which I'll be providing you all after the end of the sessions. So I want to ask few questions. If you all can, type in the group also, that will be very nice. If you ever talk to a small kids, yes or no? Have you ever talked to small kids? Maybe your family, or maybe in your hometown, or maybe in your family who are very small kids. What is the first word they learn? Can anyone text me on the group, or you can give your response if you want to give? What is the first word the kids learn to speak? Maybe in the month of 9 or 10 months. Okay, fine. I would say, ma'am, please, if you can little slow down the slide so that I can able to. Actually, what happened since most of the languages that the first kids they learn is that papa or mama, or maybe pa, or maybe Anna. So these words are the first word that kids they learn, and they learn in naturally. That is a gift from God. So language has become a very powerful key point in this world. Especially if you see in this chart, you can see the top 10 most spoken language in the world. You can see Chinese, English, Spanish. There are 10 languages which has been spoken in the entire world. And the language is becoming much more a key point to communicate all the world in one platform. Next, please, ma'am. Next slide. See, if you see the scenario, there are 7 billions who speaks many dialect of languages. Among them, other languages 3,640, and Chinese 1,600, and other many more languages are there which has been spoken in throughout the world population. Next. Now come to the NLP. I just want to make a little stress to this NLP. Natural language processing, this is a part of AI, which is ability to compute a program and to
Sir,
yeah,
sorry to interrupt, sir. Your face is, getting overlapped. Can
yeah,
you
yeah,
please?
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, thank you for the suggestion. Okay. Uh, natural language processing has the ability to write a computer, which human, understanding human language as it is spoken. Artificial intelligence has made in such a way, they are trying to learn the language that humans are speaking, and they are trying to act as what humans are, how humans speaks, and trying to learn the same cultures. And this is what they are doing now in these technologies. This open source AI, even though artificial intelligence, they are much more focusing on this natural language processing. Now, when we speak about natural language processing, there are many parameters and many segments are there where you have to go more deeper. But I'm not going to cover all those things, but I'm going to stress out some few points where still some of the organizations are lacking back in those areas. And that is one of the most important things, the code mixing and code switching, which I'm going to explore much more in this today's session. Because why it's you have to understand more deeper how these challenges are coming, how this artificial intelligence could overcome this code mixing and code switching. And when we say code mixing and code switching, people, most of them doesn't understand what does it mean. They say the code mixing and code switching. Most of my students, sometimes they ask me, is it a mixture of a code from Java or C++ or maybe other languages which have been mixed up? So, they are still lacking back. Even when we say code mixing, means they are thinking that the programming are being mixed together and, it's been running somewhere, or maybe the code are being run in multiple platform or something like that. But that is not actually the main reason behind what code mixing and code switching is. Actually, code mixing and code switching, in that one point, in code switching, we have three types of parameters, they are divided into three types of code switching. So when you speak about code switching, number one, when you say it's also known as inter-sentential and intra-sentential and text switching. You have to understand these three parameters, how they are working. If you are not very clear with this concept, most of the, there are many students who doesn't have idea on the background of computer science, or there are many students who are from general background, or there are many students who have maybe they have no much idea about the coding or programming. No need to worry at all. Don't feel scared on that. Just you have to understand what is the main code switching here. See, there is one example taken here in the screen. See, there is a squirrel jumping from one tree to another. First one, code switching, what is it? Switching between two languages back and front in the same sentence. What the squirrel is doing, he's jumping from one tree to another tree. He's enjoying the both sentence, both language from one tree to the another tree. So these three here indicate that two languages. So he's enjoying the both language. Now, most of the culture in Indian or maybe in the outside, there is a mixed culture of getting married, and and becomes a mixed type of language. And most of the parents get abroad, and they learn some other language, and it becomes, language became ambiguity. I mean, it became a mixed up type of language. So second thing is mixing language or borrowing. When you say mixing language or borrowing, you have to very understand, should be very clear. See the squirrel, he's taking the the fruits from the another tree, and he's eating the corn in another tree. That means he's taking the language from the another tree and he's enjoying in his own languages. It means using one primary language but mixing in word and ideas from another. You're taking and borrowing from other switch or other languages, and you're using for your understandable languages. That is the main meaning of mixed language. Ma'am, you can go to the next slide. Okay, let us please try to understand here what it does mean inter-sentential code switching. What it says is that intrasententional code switching occurs when the switch of the language is done at sentence boundary. What happened? The sentence, sometimes we switch our language, and those language we switch in the boundary area. Like I'm giving here one example of English and Hindi. You can see, if I'm late to the appointment, मैं तो गया. I means in मैं तो गया, that is a Hindi language. He is switching that. He's trying to say that if I'm late to the appointment, if I go late to the appointment, that means he's going to get fired. So what happened? The word switched from English to Hindi. So this language was switched at the boundary, not in the middle of the sentence. So second one also you can see Indian populations बहुत ज़्यादा है. This is a Punjab language, but though I cannot pronounce nicely in Punjab. But to make it more clear, I have just taken this example. Hope you will cooperate with me that. So, you know, see, Indian population is pollution is getting, much more polluted or something. It's trying to explain. So it switched the language in the boundary position. Mary girl is in village. He is trying to explain that his house is in the village. So first word in the boundary that speaks the inter-sentenceal parameter, how these programmers are trying to learn. And other number 4 point is Mary husband police. So when you say it's trying to say that my husband is a police, is working in a police department or something like that. So sometimes, you know, when we speak within our friend also, sometimes when we speak within our colleagues or maybe in friends, sometimes we mix this type of languages in our conversation. And you know, these conversations are making a big ambiguity to the others, so that, and computers are not trying to understand, they're not able to understand what the language is of, because there are thousands of languages in the world who have different dialect of languages, and they are speaking. And this is the one key point where the technologies are getting much more, you know, natural language processing is getting much more highlighted, because this is going to change the world in the next 10 to 20 years. And no one can predict what is going to happen in next downline of 5 to 10 years. We cannot say that technology is giving us much more advantages in many different ways. Next, ma'am, can you go to the next slide? Okay, now comes to the intra-sentenceal. When you say intra-sentenceal, the word that we speak when we have a conversation with your friends, we add some word, maybe our own dialect, maybe our local or mother tongue, we add in middle of the sentences. So it is saying that intra-sentenceal code switching is a shift that is done in the middle of the sentence. So I'm taking here some example for your more clear. Maybe there are some students from the Punjab, maybe there are some students from the other states and all these things. I want to make it very clear before you go more conceptual onto this concept, so that when I explain you, so that you are able to have idea on this, what is intra speaking about. So intra means, for example, say, I'm just taking marriage knowing 2 years okay. Means like, see, here it's saying marriage and 2 years is the two language which has been used in between of the language of Punjab. And another thing you can say, round number 3, I just want to take round number 3. I was thinking, ask me ice cream leke rahunga. What he's saying is that today, anyhow, I'm thinking anyhow, I'm going to buy an ice cream and have it. So what happened here? Ice cream and I was thinking, and ask me or leke rahunga. See, these words are being mixed up in between the sentences. I'm just taking an example of English and Hindi here. It can be other language also. So what happened? The artificial intelligence try to learn what type of this language it is, and they are really facing challenges to identify these languages, what this word is whose word and which mother tongue it was. So in this way, you know, the word which have been added in the middle of the sentences, that is known to be intra-sentenceal. I hope I'm getting to everyone. I hope I'm able to explain you that. So if you have any queries, you can also text in the group and we can have a question and query also. And next, ma'am, please, can you go to the next one? Tag sentenceal. Now, when you say about tag sentenceal, it is also known by another name. We call it an extra sentenceal code switching. When we say tag, see, in the first example, let us look in the first example. It says, I like coffee, pero. This pero is also known to be a coffee. Means when you are speaking to someone, your close one, or even your friends or something else, maybe your friend doesn't understand coffee, but that friend belongs to your culture, or friends belongs to your home or something, but the friend doesn't know what is coffee. He don't know English. So you use as a tag piro. Then the person who I'm speaking, he understand that, oh, my friend is speaking about that piro means a coffee. So here tag word that which is taken as coffee was a pero. It gives me a headache. Now another, if I say ingari means, suppose if I'm talking with someone, it is a switch between Mori language. So when we say ingari is so, in English we say so. So now we turn to more important matters. So when you say ingari, when we are talking to someone and suddenly you use ingari for language, but people who are listening you, they doesn't understand what is that ingari. So you added in the same word, in the same meaning, you say so. Means what? You're trying to identify as a tag that what you're saying in ingari is a so. So now we turn to more important matters. So this type of text switch sentence also we use sometimes to make it more clear to the person whom you're speaking of, to make it more impact the person who is speaking with you. And this is very important. And sometimes you say, I like to come your place, I like to come to your place, Zaga tomorrow. Zaga is something place name. So it's also indicating a place. Zaga means it's a place, which is known to be a switch between Cobro and English. There are many languages which has been, internally connected and internally working with code switching and code mixing. Most of them are working with different languages. But when we use the tag, it means to say that the same sentence which the second person doesn't understand, so that he can be more clear than what you're speaking of it. So this is what we can see in the red color. So we are going home, girl. Going home in a Hindi, we say it's a girl, girl. So we are going home tomorrow morning. So you're switching this language from the English to Hindi. So some people doesn't understand what is home, because some illiterate person will say what you're speaking. So in that time, you make them to understand, you use as a tag, girl. So that person come to understand, oh, my friend is speaking about home. He wants to go, going home. He's saying that we are going home tomorrow morning. So he wants to explain more clear to his friend that, yeah, we are going home more tomorrow. So this language, natural language processing, is giving two parameters, which is known to be intra, inter, and attack. And these are going to change in coming days technology. So comes to the next point now. So why it is very important? It's the reason for code switching, why it is very, very important, why we are using this code switching nowadays in NLP, natural language processing, why this code switching is giving a key point to the ChatGPT in this generations now. And even the technology, even in other platforms also, they are all with NLP, natural language processing, to understand the mood of speaker and to clarify your points. We use this code switching so that someone who doesn't understand your word, someone who is not of your culture or something, which is, if you go out of your culture, you have to interact with many people. You have to go to your places, you have to walk in the office. Many places we come and come close with someone which is our different people. They have a different languages, different mother tongue. So when you want to interact with them, language is something which connect our heart. Language is something that give us, connecting, I mean, the happiness that we share when we share our word one to another. So this can be only expressed, suppose if I don't know Hindi, and I'm learning Hindi, I'm speaking to someone person to Hindi. The person who hears my Hindi, he will be very happy, because why? I'm learning his Hindi, I'm speaking his own dialect. This language give us a more connectivity and more closer connection. And that's why it is very important to know and to understand what you mean by code mixing and code switching, because this is a key values that you're directing to and you're asking someone, you're showing your identity, and you're showing yourself respect to your other culture or something like that. And this language has give us, and this is the network which is going to change in coming days in ChatGPT. Ma'am, can you go to the next point? Hope I'm not running so fast. If I'm running so fast, you can let me know.
No, sir. No, sir. You're not fast, sir. It's okay.
Okay, fine. Now come to the ChatGPT history. Very interesting in ChatGPT history. Most of the people, my student also tell, sir, abhi ye ChatGPT kya kar diya? Nothing to learn, nothing to do anything. You can just get by a click of minutes, you can do anything. Then I told them, I asked them, I told my student also, it's not like that still. It's not like that. You have to know how to use it also. And most of them, and people started, they started depending much more on this technology nowadays. People, they are like previous last, in the time of our ancient times, they doesn't know what history. We come to communicate with one another. But now what happened? This technology has changed, and this technology has given us a platform to explore much more closer, and the network between the other countries, and and globals are coming much more closer with this different types of platform. And that closer is only being available by NLP. Natural language processing is the only platform and only parameters who have given this world to come much more closer. Now come to this ChatGPT history in ChatGPT 1. I have asked few questions to the organization of ChatGPT who have designed this platform, this black box of this Chrome black box of this ChatGPT. I asked them few questions. Why you all people are not keeping hidden in this ChatGPT form? If you look the history here, it's very interesting. See the ChatGPT 1. It was launched in 2018 June. There the training data set was used by Common Crow and the book corpus. Only two training data set they have used, and the two training with the two training data set, number of parameters they are using is 117 millions, and maximum sequence of land that can be used is 1024, 1 KB. Now, what happened when it started in June 2018, people were not aware of how it, but still then it has some features and some facilities that they have provided. But come to in ChatGPT 2 now. Recently, after maybe in the month of 2018, 2019, if you see, there's a big problem that we can see. COVID-19 has been impacted in all the worlds, starting from China. Maybe in that time, maybe they have thought of and they thought with new ideas to come up with this, and they have used their time in a better way. They have developed such a big a platform known to be as ChatGPT, and this platform has given, like, it has moved like as what we can say. Yeah, it's like it's getting spread, and within a second, it's getting explode to the world, to the entire users, one at the corner of every other world, country, and all these things. Why? How could they come and how could they grab this opportunity? And most of the users are running after this ChatGPT. Why? In second, they have added one extra, which is known to be a web text. Web text is also one platform, which it's a big platform where they collect some data from that, and they can give a lot of information to the user who are trying to use, or who are trying to find out many researchers or some anything. So in that time, they have increased their parameter to 1.5 billion. Previous it was 117, now it becomes to 1.5 billion. And now the sequence of the length increased to 2048. Now it increased to 204. The length of the sequence became much more higher than the previous ChatGPT 1. Now come to the ChatGPT 2. Speaking of the ChatGPT 2, it was launched in June 2020. Now they have started this working out, and they have trained much more data in here. Now they have added the Wikipedia, and also the books, articles, and many more. And now number of parameters that can be run is 175 billion. It's very big. The data is very big. The parameter is very big. And maximum sequence length they can use now is 4096. See, what is the changes they have made it within few years, within few months and few years, they change the parameters, they change the data set, they change the sequence of land also. And they are coming up with more challenges, and they are trying, but very shocked to know in ChatGPT 4, they are not disclosing what the trained data set they're using. That means something is going to happen, my dear Lord. Something is going to change it. The world cannot predict what is going to happen. And this open AI is going to show us something which we are not expecting at all. So listen very carefully here. See, the estimations, the estimation can be more than trillions also. And unknown what is the maximum sequence length can be. That is, they have not disclosed here today. So when I ask them why you are not disclosing this training data set and the language model, they have learned, the biggest language model building in this ChatGPT, and no one can predict what is going to happen. So come to the next slide, man, without going much more deeper. Now, this is some data set of, since most of are from here in Punjab. So I have taken some, a few example of this. We will check it how we are going to execute this in the coding hands-on lab. I'm going to show everyone how you can code, and how you can run this code mixing and code switching using ChatGPT. And that's the challenges that they are not able to overcome this ChatGPT. How to overcome this ChatGPT, that also I'm going to explore a bit deeper on that. So I hope you all are there, and I hope you are not running away also, and I hope that you are catching up with each and every point which I'm going to discuss now. And it's going to be more impactful, and hope this few knowledge which I'm sharing today will change someday, that you will think that, oh yes, this is a good point that I should learn, and this is a good point that I should explore much more deeper. And I believe that after this webinar, you will surely learn how to do a hands-off lab, and how to know what is the meaning of code mixing and what's the meaning of code switching. I'm very clear that what is the difference between code mixing and code switching. You are very clear, and why it is used and why it is becoming so important in today's generation in NLP, natural language processing. So next. Yeah, thank you so much. But I'm going to show some lab. So can you just let me access some sharing your some points. Let us check some few tasks here. This is the OpenAI platform of ChatGPT. What you can do, you have, if you want to have this account, you have to register online account. You can go through the OpenAI ChatGPT and you can apply your account. You can register your account. There's not a big challenges on that. So I don't want to show all those things that you can also, and I'm going to, if you need any suggestion, you can contact us. I will be very happy to, share you all this. Now, let us go to this new chat. I'm just giving some few, just like everyone knows, but I'm just giving, writing some code here. What is, see, this is the answer which they give. What I'm just writing, what is ChatGPT? They said I'm a ChatGPT, a large language model trained by OpenAI. Based on the ChatGPT architecture, I'm designed to understand and all these things. This anything which you ask, immediately it responds. If you say, suppose if you want to try some other language, say I want to know see, what is artificial intelligence? They have just gave it their own idea. We didn't. This is what the beauty of ChatGPT is. It gives all its answer. Artificial intelligence is a field of computer science that aims to develop intelligent machines that you can perform tasks. Whatever you want to do, whatever you want to find, and what about the related or any things. What we used to do, we used to go to Google and then you search and all these things. And sometimes that doesn't give appropriate the answers or result. But when you go in ChatGPT, they'll give you the accurate, what does it really means of and what you're searching for. And this is one platform which you can able to check. Also, you can able to see, and you can able to find out what research you're working on, and what ideas, what you want to do, and what you want to get some information of about. And this is just a platform where you can check and you can know the details of what you're searching. But I'm going much more deeper because most of them are much more. There are some students who are from computer science. They love to explore in machine learning, and they want to explore much more on the coding. Most of the students, they ask, I don't know how to learn the coding of C, C++, and the Python and all these things. Now this ChatGPT has given such platform recently, last few months back, recently 1 month back only. They have already developed one OpenAI of Codex. And I will show you that also how it is running the Codex, how it is running. And it's very easy to run the code. You can easily run the code, or also you can define what, if you're not able to understand what the code is explaining about, Then also you can able to find it. So we'll try to explore that much more. But I want to ask, since you are not able to respond me, since I'm keep on speaking, so it's like, if you can have a one-to-one interaction, then it will be much more deeper that you can able to understand how to explore it. And if you have any questions and queries, that I can also type on the group, or and then also we can able to explore much more. Now let us come, before wasting this time, I want to share one more. I'm going to share one more. Please be there with me. Yeah. Recently, this was just recently 1 month back, they have developed an open AI codex. Now, what we can do here? So if you are from computer science background, or maybe you are from any, maybe schools, maybe in the school of class 11, 12, in the class 9, 10, and all, you have learned how to run the Linux, Java, and all these things. Now it is very easy to run this coding. So let me show you the demo of this, how to run the coding. See, I'm writing here, write a program to print hello world. I think this is the first word every programmers learn. Even me also, when I was a student, we started programming with hello world only. And this hello world has become a key point in every programmer. At least they at least know how to run at least hello world. Whenever anything, we try to run this type of program. So let me type this here, write a program to print hello world. Now, what you can do, if you're trained, we have to write some coding. If you want to run the coding, it becomes complicated for you. You have to understand the code sentences. You have to understand the function. You have to understand what it is using, if statement or something else. There are a lot of things that you have to go through. Then only you can able to code yourself and you can learn. Now, this ChatGPT has given the platform that you don't need to, and that is the beauty. How? See, I'm just typing submit. I'm submitting this. See, it's showing in C, studio.x in main void and print hello world. Now, if I say print hello world, it will show you hello world. See, and if you want to see the coding, we can see the coding also, no problem. And otherwise, there is an option here. Though I have not access because I have not I have used for trial for this session. So if you're using this platform, and if you are requesting for that, they'll give you for 3 weeks to wait for. And if you get access, you can find here the coding also. There's an option here. You can find, you can say Python coding also. Then it will show you how to code in Python. If you say Java, it will show you in Java coding Python and all these things. Suppose, let me write one more example. I'm writing one more example. Say, write a program to find the sum of 3 numbers. So this is the beauty of this ChatGPT. They have recently launched this codex. And if you want to do any program, if you're facing any program, they will explain you each and every sentence of the line. And also, you can able to make your own games, or you can make your own website design. You can even run your game. You can even run, you can design others, any project you want to do. And they will help you and guide you the exact code without any mistakes. Maybe it's the Python, or maybe other languages, or C++, they will show you how to code, and you can easily run this coding by using this platform, which is known to be this OpenAI Codex. And one more thing, since I have shown this, if you have any queries, or if you want to run any programs. Okay, one student asks, will OpenAI be dangerous for future generation? Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much for your question. I appreciate that you have next. Um, uh, Even though I'm not a, what to say, I'll be very honest with the question. Even though I'm not a god that who can say in the futures what can happen, but I don't think there'll be what to say, a big and dangerous using this ChatGPT, or because now the things have changed. Now the generation's train has changed. Now the technology has changed, so we are bound to use this technology. Wherever you are, you cannot run away from the technology. This is the cultures, it has been developed now. One day the other, we will come in there will be a concept of one world, that which we are recently we have celebrated in LPU also. Yeah, one world. This technology will bring us to be in one world. So if you want to run, or if you don't know, there is no way out. We are already tracked. We are being already tracked with this technology, and we are already. So it can be in one perspective. It can be because when the data are being leaked, and they know everything about you, and they can access anything about you. These are already explored. Not only ChatGPT is doing this. Other platform also, they have already done this. They share the data from one platform to the another, and this data is going to be the key changer of the generations, and we doesn't know what is going to happen. And thank you so much for your questions that have really Roshan, so you have asked this because you are scared that AI will change something, and don't worry, we are all in safe hand. So these things can be changed. And one more thing, I want to show one more. Please wait. I will cut this. I'll stop this screen sharing. I just want to show one more. Please be with me. I'm coming to the previous one again. Why I'm coming to the previous one? I just want to get a little bit idea of this. See, why I'm taking this topic as code mixing and code switching. The reason behind is that, see, even this ChatGPT, maybe in the downline of next 5 years or 7 years, they might come out with this code mixing and code switching. But at this present, they are failing this code mixing and code switching. I just want to show you. See, I'm writing one example which we have taken. Say, I am going home today. I'm going home today. Okay, I'll text one more. I'll take one more example, which will be much more clear. See, there are two words I have used here. Papa, Idar, Anna. Papa, you come here, please. Please is English word. So I'm just giving this to ChatGPT. Can you predict or not? See, he's saying, I'm sorry, but I'm not sure what you're asking for. Could you please provide more context or clarity your answer? See, they're not able to identify the code mixing and code switching. And this code mixing, that's why this webinar is about today. That's why I'm one more. Let us type one more. Let us type one more. So mama bhook lagi. I'm hungry. Please bring now. Let's check this. This is known to be as code switching. You're switching from Hindi to English. So let us check this, what this ChatGPT wants us to do. We'll say again, I'm sorry. As an AI language model, I do not have the capability to bring food to you. See, it's dictating only the food. Yeah, and exit only in the digital space. However, if you're feeling hungry, I recommend that you take a break and have a see. But he's not able to explain what this really means. If you want to know this meaning, see, this one is saying, Mama, please bring. So he could have explained that he's telling about that you are hungry and you need immediately the food to have now. So, you know, this ChatGPT 4, I doubted that ChatGPT 4, they are working on this code mixing and code switching. I can assure this. And that's why they are not showing us or disclosing what parameters they're using or and what languages they are going to. Languages there, fine. And which platform they're going to sync on so that they can able to identify this code mixing and code switching. Because why? Most 89% of the world are all mixed language now. The generations, our kids, our generations, they started learning 2-3 languages, not only your own dialect, mother language, but started learning Hindi, English, maybe other, you know, Assamese or maybe other languages which are were spoken in India. So student, you know, when they get interact with one another, with the friends circle in the college or in the schools, our language changes into many, you know, many form, and that cannot be predicted. Now, this is the challenges where ChatGPT has to work on. You know, there is a recent news came, and in IEEE example or something, that ChatGPT failed to attempt what to say the qualified marks of GATE. Have you heard about that? I hope most of them have seen that what to say the news which has been circulated. You know, there are few areas that ChatGPT definitely they'll come up with this solution. There is no doubt. Yeah, definitely they'll come out, but there is some challenges that they are still working on. And in the next 2-3 years, in the next 2-3 down, they can change 4 layers of ChatGPT within a year. That means they're going to come up with something different. So I really encourage, and I also like to thank those participants. If you have any queries or questions, you can put out so that we can take other 10 minutes to clarify your questions, so that I can also make it more clear that what you have spent your time here for this webinar. And if in the days to come, in the future also, if I get opportunity, we'll come more deeper. Today might be it's not more deeper because you have to understand the meaning first. Then you know we can go much more deeper and can explore how you have to work with this platform of ChatGPT. And I appreciate that most of the participants who have really taken this time to be with us and being your patience for this session. Thank you so much. I hand over now to our administrator to please close. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, sir, for your immense valuable knowledge, and we are grateful for the time that you've credited for us. And your way of explanation is really appreciated, sir. And thank you again for the insightful information throughout the session. Now, there have been certain queries regarding admissions. So I would want to request Ms. Rachana, ma'am. She's in here. Courses, and over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I hope my screen is visible.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. It is visible.
Okay, great. Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. I hope you all are doing fine and safe at your home. So today I'll be quickly sharing about some of the parameters which you should be considering as a student before applying in any university or any college. So, and if I talk about LPU, I'll be sharing how LPU is actually making a difference in the education sector and following their path of Think Big. So first up in the list, we have LPU creating history when 12 out of 13 LPU students brought laurels to the country by bringing Olympic medals to India. Moving ahead, we would like to congratulate our student Neeraj Chopra for becoming the first Indian to clinch the Lausanne Diamond League with the best throw of 89.0 meters. Moving ahead with some of our alumni, thousands of LPU alumni are currently working in multinational companies across US, Canada, UK or Australia, because I suppose placements and tie-ups, industry tie-ups also plays a very important role while you are selecting any university. Moving ahead with the rankings, which is another important aspect, make sure that you go through the rankings of the university. Let's show you some of the rankings, some of the feathers which LPU has got in the basket. First up in the list, we have the World University Ranking 2023, the Times Higher Education World University Ranking, where LPU has been ranked 23rd amongst top universities of India. Moving ahead, if I talk about the rankings by the NIRF, the Ministry of Education, Government of India has also ranked us 47th amongst all private and government universities of India. On the basis of innovation, we have the Atal ranking of institutions on innovation achievement, where LPU has been ranked 3rd in India, and the list goes on. So now let's talk about the campus life and the exposure offered. As a student, make sure that you enjoy your campus life and gain as much as exposure you can. And if I talk about LPU students have got ample of opportunities to participate not just in national but international level events as well. So let's show you a quick glimpse of some of the events where LPU students have participated till date. First up in the list, we have the 106th Indian Science Congress with a focal theme of Future India, Science and Technology, which was inaugurated by Honorable Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi ji. Further, we also mark the presence of former President of India, late Shri Pranab Mukherjee. He was here in the campus for the convocation twice. We also mark the presence of late Shri Arun Jaitley ji, former Union Minister, for the inauguration of LPU Startup School. Students also witnessed the presence of one of the familiar faces, as you all know, Mr. Gaur Gopal Das ji. He is a motivational speaker. He interacted with the students, motivated them about life and various life skills which are required to continue a healthy life. Some of the heartthrobs, my personal favorite too, we had Shah Rukh Khan on the campus, we had Deepika Padukone, we had Sonam Kapoor for the promotion of Khoobsurat, I suppose. We also marked the presence of Coke Studio, who was organized in the university. An international player, I would say, MS Dhoni was also here in the campus, and there were several other concerts. We had Alia Bhatt, Varun Dhawan, and several other celebrities inside the campus. So moving ahead with the infrastructure, make sure while you are inquiring about any university, you visit the university, you go through all the infrastructure, the facilities which are available, because you will be learning in these laboratories, you will be making memories in these classrooms. So let's show you a quick glimpse of the infrastructure which is available for the students of LPU. So this is an inside view of our 9-storied central library, which has approximately 20 lakh books in online and offline mode for the students. Our amphitheaters, LPU has 3 to 4 amphitheaters where several nukkad nataks, theatre acts, debates, acts take place. An inside view of our Shanti Devi Mittal Indoor Auditorium, which has a capacity of approximately 2,500 audience, being the largest in the region. An outside view of our university mall, my favorite place. Let's take you inside this mall. This mall has all the facilities. You talk about dining areas, you talk about Domino's, you talk about sweets, clothing for electronic gadgets. We have all inside the university mall. Apart from academics, we also want our students to enjoy their leisure time. For this, we have a bowling area, a special gaming area for the students inside this mall, along with the gymnasium to keep you fit and healthy. In case of any medical issues, we have a university hospital inside the campus with 24-hour facility of ambulance, be it related to eye specialists, dental facilities, or physiotherapy wards. All are available inside a single roof. So it would not be wrong to say that LPU is a city inside a campus. So this is an outside view of our Shanti Mittal Indoor Stadium, which has several sports facilities like a proper Olympic level swimming pool. We have 12 badminton courts for our students. We have a shooting area, and view of our open playgrounds, a beautiful picture clicked by one of our students, and a mesmerizing night view of our university hostels. So this was all about an overview, rather, I would say, of the various parameters which you should be considering before applying for admission in any university. So now let me show you how you can apply for admissions or inquire about any program in LPU. So what you have to do is simply visit our official website, which is lpu.in. And on the top, you can see an icon of admissions where we have segregated all the programs, be it after 10th programs or after diploma, after 12th, after graduation, or if you want to inquire for after post-graduation with doctorate level programs. So I'll just show you some details regarding the bachelor program, the bachelor in BTech CSE program, Computer Science and Engineering. So here you can see we have listed all the programs, whichever you want to inquire for. So as we have students for the engineering background, I'll show you a detailed information of CSE program. Once you click on it, you can see we have listed down all the programs which are available in CSE, be it regular program, be it honors industry collaborative program. We also have work integrated program for the students. We are also offering industry collaborative along with international credit transfer option, the 2+2 credit transfer program. So I'll just quickly show you details of BTech CSE, the regular program. You can see that the duration of this program goes 4 years with total 8 semesters. And once you scroll down, you can see some of the industry tie-ups we have and the eligibility criteria. So you should be passed with minimum 60% in your 12th with physics, maths, and English as your compulsory subject. Apart from this, you also need to qualify LPU NEST, the National Entrance and Scholarship Test, which is organized by LPU, or CUET. So if you haven't applied for CUET or the exams are yet to be conducted, we would suggest you to go for LPU NEST, because it is not only for eligibility, but it will also help you avail better scholarship benefits. And once you scroll down, you can see the placement packages, which went for the highest package of 62.72, the average salary package. You can see the internship packages, which are mentioned, and some of the student achievements. And you can also see the detailed curriculum for next 4 years, for first, second, third, and fourth year. And down here, once you scroll, you can see the monetary aspect, the fees, and the scholarship. Although the without scholarship fees for this program goes 1,20,000 per semester, but we do have scholarships for you. Scholarship can be availed on the basis of your 12th marks. Let's say if you score between 80 to 89.9% in your 12th, you'll directly fall in category 3, that is of 20%, and your fees will be reduced to 96,000 per semester. If you score even better, you score between 90 to 94.9, you will fall in category 2, that is of 25%, and your fees will be reduced to 90,000 per semester. Last but not the least, if you score 95% or above in 12th, you'll fall in category 1, that is of 30%, and your fees will be directly reduced to 84,000 from 1,20,000. Let's say you couldn't score well on the basis of your 12th, you can avail scholarship on the basis of the LPU NEST exam as well. As you can see that the exam will be for 400 marks, and these are the tentative cutoffs required to fall in category 3, 2, or 1 scholarship. Or if you have also applied for JEE, we are also offering scholarship on the basis of your JEE main percentile. So you can share your details with us on our email ID, admissions@lpu.co.in, if you want to get your documents verified for scholarship purposes. Once you scroll down, you can see we have listed down some other scholarship. The scholarship can be on the basis of innovation, startup, and entrepreneurship. It can be on the basis of Toppers of Education Board 2023. We also have some financial aids, which you can also share with your near ones who are in need of such scholarship. We have financial aid for need-based, for example, for economically weaker section, or single girl child, or single mother child, etc. For serving, retired, defense, military, personal and their dependents, financial aid to orphans, and financial aid to person with certain disability. So again, if you want to inquire about any of the scholarship, just visit this website, or you can mail us at an email ID admissions@lpu.co.in. And once you scroll down, make sure that you follow the important dates for the students, those who have already appeared for their LP Nest exam. Their seat preference is open, and tomorrow is the last date to mark their seat preference, because we will be allotting, we will be sharing the allotment letters on 22nd April as per the preference field. And between 22nd to 30th April, you can proceed for your admission. And for the students, those who haven't applied the LP Nest exam, 20th April is the last date to apply for the LP Nest exam, so that you can get an exam slot between 16th to 30th April. Once you have appeared for the exam, your result will be declared on 5th May. And on 5th May, you need to participate in the online seat preference section, which will be open from 15th to 7th, from 5th to 7th May. And on 9th May, your allotment letters will be released. And between 9th May to 15th May, you can proceed for your seat booking, your registration. In case if you have any queries regarding any of this process, feel free to get in touch with us. We have listed down our helpline numbers. You can also get in touch with us through the schedule a call icon. Our WhatsApp team is available for you. You can also get in touch with us through the live video counseling icon. Our counselors will be available through Zoom app, or get in touch with us with the helpline numbers which have been listed down here at the website. So last but not the least, basically you can say last thing, to directly register, just simply visit our website, which is admission.lpu.in. If you have already registered, you do not need to go through this registration process. You just need to directly log in. Or if you haven't registered yet, make sure you fill your phone number, your email ID, you receive an OTP, and accordingly you can register yourself to start your process to apply for LP Nest exam. So over to you, ma'am. I hope I have shared majority of the information which can be helpful for our students to apply for admissions at LPU.
Yes, ma'am. And I'm sure that all the queries have been resolved by now. And thank you so much for guiding the students through the process. And with this, I shall take the permission from all the attendees now, and of course our experts to end the session. Can I, ma'am? Can I, sir?
Yeah, of course, ma'am. Thank
Sure,
you.
ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Okay, then thank you so much to all the participants and attendees. I hope you all have thoroughly enjoyed the session like I have. And with this, I take your leave. Stay safe, stay healthy, and thank you again for coming in the session. And for more information, you can just log in www.lpu.in. And until then, bye.